Is accent the same thing as pronunciation? A lot of people don't understand the distinction between accent and pronunciation, and that's why they would tell you to focus on pronunciation and not on accent. Now, I often laugh ridiculously at such assertions. The question is there a difference between pronunciation and accent? So many people will tell you that accent does not affect pronunciation. Rather, they believe that accent is simply the melody with which words are said. Now, this means they consider accent to be the intonation of a language, while pronunciation is considered as the articulation of sounds in that language. Linguistically speaking, this is incorrect. Let's have a look at what pronunciation and accent are. Pronunciation is the way in which a word or a language is spoken. On the other hand, an accent is a way of pronouncing a language that is distinctive to a country, area, social class, or individual. What does this tell you now? Accent cannot be isolated from pronunciation. Pronunciation is definitely an aspect of an accent. If you really haven't understood the difference so far, allow me to expatiate even more. Let's have a deeper look at what accent is. An accent looks at the style of pronunciation, your voice quality, stress, and prosodic features, which is often called rhythm or melody in lay terms. Someone said in my comment section that Ghanaians and Kenyans pronounce words the same way, but the difference is that they speak English with different accents, which she understood only as melodies. Now, I told her that her claim is incorrect, but she refused to accept. Now, why do people pronounce words differently? This is simply basically because of their accent. There are tons of different accents in the UK and the US. That's why the two divide created standard pronunciation guide for themselves. The UK use the received pronunciation guide while Americans use the standard American pronunciation guide. When a second language learner learns the English language, he is going to have to pick from the standard accent and not from the plethora of English accents that could be confusing at times. Why are you advised to choose the standard? This is because the standard British and American English are mutually intelligible. All English speakers with different accents will understand you when you speak with one of these standard pronunciation style or accent. So, accent is the style with which words are pronounced in a region. For example, in American Standard pronunciation, the letter R, which appears after every vowel sound, is pronounced, but it is not in Standard British pronunciation. For example, the word part is pronounced part in American English. Work is pronounced work in American English. Bear is pronounced bear in American English. Also, in Standard American English, the T sound changes to a flap when it sits between a stressed vowel sound and an unstressed vowel sound. Britons say water, Americans say water. Britons say better, Americans say better. Britons say literally, Americans say literally. The mere fact that the pronunciations are different simply means that their accents are different. Now, let's come back to non-native speakers. When non-native speakers are working or learning a language, they only focus mostly on the standard pronunciation guide, learning how to articulate the sounds appropriately. A lot of times, they may not have the original phoneme that is in English language, so they end up approximating their speech to achieve something closer to that quality they are looking for. For example, the R sound in English is different from the R sound in Spanish, French, Japanese, and in many African languages. The word merit in English is pronounced with the palato-alveolar approximant r, merit. In most African countries, and I believe in Spain and Italy as well, it's pronounced with an alveolar trill. So you hear something like merit, merit. In Japanese, it's pronounced with an alveolar tap, which is merit, merit. You see, these people are essentially trying to get the original pronunciation. However, they have to pronounce the R sound that is the easiest for them. Now, let's look at the dental fricative, the and th. Second language learners who don't have dental fricatives in their languages will have to find a suitable replacement. For example, in English, people will say, I think the wealthy people feel they are worthy. I think the wealthy people feel they are worthy. In Nigerian English, you're most likely going to hear, I think the wealthy people feel they are worthy. In French, you will hear, I think the wealthy people feel they are worthy. These differences in pronunciation, which are related to how a group of people speak, is simply called an accent. Finally, a very important quality of an accent which people concentrate more on as the meaning of accent is the prosodic features of the language. For me, if your accent is making communication difficult for you, you need to undergo accent reduction. When you do, focus on word pronunciation and proper stress placement. Working on only these two will enable you gain clarity and still help you maintain the prosodic features of the melody of your own native language. Now, I sincerely hope this is clearer to people who often say focus on pronunciation and not an accent. The truth of the matter is this: pronunciation is actually a part of an accent. It really is not the entirety of the accent. I hope you learned something new today. Do help share, like, and comment on this video. I'm King Ife, and more than anything, I love to see you prosper. Thank you.